Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft Amplified server. We are here at the Wither Farm in the Nether. Not going to be spending the entire episode over here, but I have done a little bit more work on this area. So if you remember the last episode, we did a whole bunch of stuff over here, and I did actually want to do more, but as always I overestimate things, and so I've just been spending some time in between episodes working on a few things around here. And this place has really been finished up. It's now kind of ready for me to start working on the outside area, getting the rates of this farm up. But one of the things you may notice is that there is a couple of pigmen wandering around. Now these guys seem to spawn just about everywhere you give them a space to. So if I leave these doors open like this when I come down from AFKing, there's usually a whole bunch of pigmen everywhere. And also these doors on the sides here, I think they can spawn in this space when it's shut. Now the pigmen can actually knock down doors, as you may remember from some myth busting that we did. And I heard this banging noise and I thought, what on earth is going on? And if ever I leave these doors closed, they basically break them down. And there we go, perfect example. So this guy has the ability to break them down, and for that reason I have to leave them open. And now that I've shut it again, is he going to come back over here? I see you, guy. Often as soon as I shut it, someone starts banging on it. And let's have a little check for wither skulls. Oh my days, 4! That is way more than I expected to see. I thought we might have 1 or 2 in here, and we got 6. That is amazing. So since I last collected them from this chest, I have done about 1 hour's worth of AFKing, I think, and that is sublime. 6 skulls. We are now up to 16. And we're going to keep farming, and those rates are going to keep going up. Oh, this farm one day will be absolutely insane. So, in the last episode, we built the station, did all of that stuff. I put down these signs. Witherfall, built by Asuma. The button calls a minecart. Hold right-click on the nether brick slab to leave the station. To use the farm, bring your tame dogs to the pens and lead them up top to the AFK on the ice. Very poorly worded instructions on how to use the station and how to use the area up above. I think I'm going to have to change that. And then over on this side, farm designed by Snow Crash. An amazing farm he has certainly done with this thing. I love it. I think it's great. And as you can see, we've got a friend down here who's been caught in the minecart track underneath. These guys just spawn everywhere, and it's actually a little bit of a pain to stop them spawning. Behind here we have the track going all the way up to the top, and the way that you need to put half slabs on top of tracks, when the tracks actually go up, it's like a one-way system. So let's do that, and this is going to work. Okay, so if we put a slab on top of that, it stops any pigmen spawning in that space, but it's a one-way thing. We can only go through like this, and we can't come back the other way. So we've got a tunnel that leads up there that I think is always going to have pigmen spawning on it, and quite possibly always going to be a pain. So I might have to think of a different system for that. Maybe some sort of incoming minecart detector that can drop them down the middle, and then go on its way. And just imagine there's a spiralling staircase of rails back there, because that's what I'm kind of visioning now. So, let's go up the top here and ride it. Let's also put these iron bars back. I am very fearful of being shot by a ghast or something like that out here. So the idea is that this pathway would extend all the way off into the distance over there, to the other side of all of this nether brick, and then it would go off that way and back across to the nether hub, something like that. And let's grab our minecart, sit down here. So this is what the ride is going to be like. It's dark and you can't see a thing. Then you come out down here and you can see all the netherrack. And then this guy, of course he does, he pushes me all the way back up. And going up it's the same deal pretty much. There we go. So lots of work to be done on that really. Where's the pigman guy? I thought he was following me. Anyway, let's go back down. And there are a couple more things to mention here before we move on to something else. We're going to be going over to the ink farm. Yep, that is what it is, the ink farm. For some reason I thought that was wrong for a second. Oh, I don't have my axe. I'll get rid of this in a moment. That is temporary. Yes, the squid ink farm, we're going to go over there because XP has delivered some guardians. Cannot remember if I told you or not, but we actually asked for a few more. We asked for additional 4 of them, and we're going to be doing something special over there, that's for sure. So, I tidied up all of this area. If you have a look, we can't see any of the details from the outside area. The entrance is going to kind of got this like cut-in area up the top here, so it's all symmetrical, it's all spawn proof, and it looks pretty cool. So above the top of that I put down slabs, things like that. This place is really coming along well, and I got this feeling though that things like this, the door that we have and other little spaces where pigmen can spawn, as we start to work on the outside area, removing spawnable spaces and increasing the rates of this thing, we're going to have lots of pigmen roaming around from those little spots where they can spawn. But we'll figure that out. Wow, we have 2 ghasts captured up here. That is the first time I've seen two at once. I've seen, one in there plenty of times, but two, I feel like there's something special that I need to do right now, but, what exactly? Because they're just hanging out in there, but we've got two of them. That is really cool. That is a nice sight, actually. I think I'm going to walk around the edge here, see if I can get a better view of these guys. Is there a third one? I think I might have saw a third one. That would be absolutely ridiculous if there was. There's 3 ghasts! We have caught 3 ghasts! That is crazy stuff. It really is, and there's nothing much more that we can do but sit here and observe them, because if we go inside, they're going to blow up all of the glass with their fireballs. But that is a sight. That's something I haven't really seen before. 3 ghasts in a cage. I think that's really cool. And they're wiggling about. I'm going to stay here and watch them for a while. Oh, that's great. The 3 Amigos, that's what I'm calling these guys, and my frames right now are 20 per second. This is the cause of the lag. When they are down there freaking out, they are activating all of those pistons over and over again. There's light flashing up and down, you can see, and because of that the frames drop. So when we look over here, we're up to about 60 frames per second. Down there it's down to 20, and as soon as they fly off the bottom, by the way, it comes back up again. But that is a sight, and I imagine in the future that maybe we'll capture a few more in here. The longer you AFK, these guys are probably not going to despawn because they're close to the player. And it's like a gas catching machine, which is interesting stuff. Maybe we could install some dispensers with arrows and kill them that way. It'd be interesting to do that. That actually reminds me, there's something else I want to do here, and I think we might do it before we leave. Actually, I'm going to come back here and do it later. We'll talk about that later when we return, which is now part of the plan. Alright, we're approaching the farm now. You can see the tracks have been down from where they brought the Guardians over here, and apparently these chests have been well and truly raided, which is absolutely fine. Where are the sand ones? I imagine they're no longer full of sand. Yeah, look at that. Zorgin's taken loads of this stuff. He's going to love that, which is awesome. And yeah, let's hop through this portal, and I'll show you what my plan is for these extra Guardians that we have ordered. This is going to be very, very cool. And I completely forgot, I haven't even seen this yet. If you guys have seen Zorgin's video, you probably know what we're going to see right here. Let's just wander forward, and yeah, that is pretty damn nice. I like that. That is seriously cool. Oh yes, and it's symmetrical and even. This is great. Look at this little AFK spot now. Got a couple of Guardians flapping around. Love the sugarcane. Really like this. I think he's done a terrific job. And it's like a waterless aquarium. It really is. That is cool. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you, Zul'jin, if you're watching. If not, people let him know. I'll let him know, don't worry. Oh yeah, that's right. He put down a bucket of water and the redstone was broken. So this doesn't work at the moment. That's another little job that I've got to do, but that is fine. And I don't know where these additional Guardians are, but now I do, because they're right here, and they're all in minecarts. So, are they going to zap me, is what I want to know. Yes, okay, that's one thing I wanted to find out. Here's another. Can we stop them by being close? It looks like going close to them stops them from zapping us. That is very important. Okay, so what are we going to do with these Guardians? We've got 4 of them. They've all been renamed. I can't actually see their names when they're inside the minecart, which might be a problem because they need to stay in them. Oh, okay, right, what was that? Let's try and read that again. Aphrodite, I think is how you pronounce that. These are like Greek gods, I think. Leonidas, Eris, and Zeus. I'm pretty sure they are Roman or Greek gods. That is really cool, actually. I like that a lot. Very cool names for these guys. Kind of fitting as well. Well, maybe not. I don't know. I kind of associate the desert and these sort of temple-like structures, or inverted temples, with that kind of stuff. That's really silly. That doesn't really associate, but for some reason I think it does. So anyway, let me explain what we're going to do right here. I'm horribly unprepared. We need to grab some blocks, but basically we're going to add these guys to the squid farm. Now, Biffa's online at the moment, so no squid are spawning, which means we're not going to see it in action in straight away. But I'm sure at some point I'll be able to capture it on camera. So we're going to need something to put them on. Sandstone will do. We can instant mine that, but actually I would like something that contrasts with the background. I don't have my silk touch pick, so it feels like using the smooth stone would be a waste, but I really don't see anything else. Yeah, we're just going to use the smooth stone. Except, no, that would require haste too. Wow, I'm getting my things wrong. Netherrack, perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is put down some temporary rails, and we're going to move them out to 4 corners of the squid farm. And when I say corners, I actually mean sides. 4 sides is where I envisioned them being. So let's say we stay level, or maybe we go down a bit. I think actually trying to get the mid of this height range would be the best. So let's say we go down to here. That looks about right. and we put some blocks across like this, and then a certain distance away from the water itself. If you want to know why this water is floating and how I managed to do that, go and watch the previous episodes. Had tons of comments about that. I got one on like the episode after we did it, and I thought, hang on, we just showed that. It's a trick with water and melting ice. If you go and watch the episodes where I built all of this, you'll be able to find it somewhere in there if you skip around. And if not, if you really can't be bothered, then maybe let me know and I'll just do it again at the beginning of the next episode or something like that. Okay, that sounds cool. Right, so for... actually, yeah, we'll go one more block over, and then we're over the gap. Okay, this block right here is where I'm going to put it. Right, so we're going to have a sea lantern, and we're going to put down a track that's going to put the guardians on the edge of the sea lantern. Now, what I've just realised about this is I can actually just push them along this track, because it's mostly going to be going down, it's not going to be going up, and if I need to be near to them to stop them from shooting me, then pushing them along is the best way to do that. So I brought some gold to make some powered rails, but it looks like we're not even going to need that. That is awesome. Okay, so we'll have that to stop them at the end. We'll push them all the way over here, then we can remove those blocks and then remove all of the netherrack, which is going to be nice and simple, so we can remove our rails easily. And then we're going to have 4 of these guys positioned, one on either side of the farm. And now that I've taken a step back, I feel like that needs to be a block or 2 higher. So maybe what I'll do is I'll find the optimal place to put them. We'll do that for all 4 sides. But you can probably guess what's going to happen now. They're going to shoot them with their lasers. That was my original idea. Not original, you guys suggested it, that you could use guardians to farm these guys. But then I thought, hey, why don't we have them like sitting around the outside? That would look really cool. So they can then kill the squids, and they might kill them quicker than they drop down. But what I've realised is they're probably going to fire at the squid, and if the squid falls down straight away, then it's probably going to fall out of range before this charges up and hits them, because I imagine it's the same for the squid as it is for the player, which is quite a bit of time, as you saw there. But for the squid that do actually stay in the water and take a while to get down, then they might make a difference. They might improve the rates ever so slightly, which would be a cool thing. But mainly, it's going to be a light show. You're going to stand back here, see all these lasers going off, and it's going to look ridiculously cool. And I like it. So anyway, let me get this set up, and then we'll push the guardians into position. Okay, I do believe we are good to go. It's probably something I've overlooked, and right now I have a score of 1. I'm playing a game. It's how many times can I get hit by these guys, with the smaller number being the better. So they've hit me the once while I've been setting this up, and I forgot to put tracks down on this middle bit. That doesn't really matter. That'll be pretty simple to do. Just run across like this. Tracks are in place, drop down here, and you can't see me. Good stuff. So now we've got to move them. I'm going to break that glass right there. Actually, I have Silk Touch, so that is going to be cool. We can keep that. We can put that right there, and then connect these rails. Okay, so we want to separate one of them, and we're still playing the game, by the way, so let's push you off that way. Now none of them can see us. This is cool, actually. This is like a little a game of its own. So that guy's not going to hit us. Oh, this guy might, though, because he's going all the way around by himself, and now he's in the end spot. Okay, that went really, really smooth. What we're going to do is go down below so he can't shoot us. And I've got to say, he looks a little bit strange in that minecart, but he's going to stay in there. So now we can just put some blocks like this, and knock those ones right there. And then these ones, we get our rails back, and he is in position, never to be moved ever again. Oh, this is like the silliest idea ever. I love it. It's so cool. Okay, so now he's probably aiming at me. We've got to run away, and I'm out of range. So I'll probably come back for those rails later on. We're still at a score of 1. This is definitely a mini game. I like it. Don't know why I'm removing those. Okay, let's go for another one of these guys. Okay, let's hop. Push. Push, 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 push. Oh, I forgot to put down the rail. Yes, I did forget to do that. And this might be a little bit trickier. Leonidas, move. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, you're going very slow. Let's give you a nudge. And then we want to just put down that little wall again. That's going to be quite helpful. So, is Leonidas on his way? Ah, right. Our first big mistake. I forgot to connect the tracks over there. This is typical. Okay, so that guy's now going to shoot at me. I've got a feeling I'm going to lose that score pretty quickly. But this might take me a while as well, so I might make a cut here. Oh, and look, they're doing it. They're shooting the squid. Oh, it's so cool. It's so cool. We might see them zap one of them. Oh, that was awesome. At least we get like the laser show with them going out and targeting the squid. So I imagine Biffa just must have moved away from an ocean from a second there, but maybe he's gone back towards one. And there's some more. Very cool. Or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm too close to it. So they're spawning down low at the moment. When they spawn right up the top there and take their time, these guys are going to zap them. I can feel it. Alright, let's try and get this. Oh, wait a minute. There's one up above. You going to target him? No, you're going to target me. Damn it. Aha! I am smarter than the Guardians. We will just simply put a little barrier up, because when we're close to these guys, if you remember myth busting, that will stop them from attacking us to some extent. Right, so we need to remove that track there, and then put 2, or just the 1 on this side, and now give this guy a nudge. Let's hop. This shouldn't take too long. Up you go, guy. You're going to go up? No, you're not. You're going to be a complete pain. Ah, this might take longer than I thought. Okay. Come on. Come on. Success! I've still only been zapped the once. And now that guy might zap me as well. Oh, this is cool. I'm going to continue having some fun doing this, but I think you get the idea of what's happening here. Okay, he kind of stopped on the corner for a second there, didn't he? And I'll see if I can get zapped a minimal amount of times. Right, the next track goes off in the next direction, so now I need to clear up all of this, which is going to be interesting, because we've got this guy on the side. But I'll see how I do, and I'll let you know my score once I've got all of these guys into position. Oh, no. Okay, 2. 2 is now the score. And he's going to get a third one in by the looks of it. My score is 4, and removing these is kind of tricky. The rails, that is, because you got to go in there close, and you can also instant mine the sandstone, then you've got to replace it, but 4 isn't too bad. Anyway, I found this technique of sort of going across the top like this, and just going to the side, which is pretty cool. But as I was saying score and thinking about it, it made me realise this is a game mechanic right here. We could make a minigame over at Hermit Frills that uses this, the fact that you've got these things that are going to shoot you, and then you've got to move close to them to stop them from shooting you. That's got to be a mechanic. You could count the amount of times that you get hit as your score. So I'm definitely going to think about that. That's going to be very interesting. Might take me a while to figure out how to turn that into a minigame, but it's definitely something we can use. So anyway, 2 more to go, and as of right now, I think I need to go and find myself a bed. Oh, Squid, why did you stop spawning? A second ago we had a really cool show. They all locked their lasers on the squid, and I think they just killed one. Awesome, we couldn't quite see if it got killed or not. Here's a problem, when I go any closer... Oh, look at that, they do have to lock on for a long time. This guy right here locks onto me, and even when you're standing just behind this wall, he still does. 8! That is the 8th time that I've got hit. That last bit didn't go so smooth, but that has been a lot of fun. We've got an idea for a mini game out of this, and our farm has kind of been upgraded. It's also slightly dangerous as well now. If you go outside into that area, you're going to get whooped. But what we're going to do is just reset that by moving out of range and go up the top here and just stand up the top and see, can this guy hit me when I'm standing here? We've got a real nice view of things, and I don't think he can. Okay, cool. So what I'm probably going to do is hang around here for a while and see if I can capture these guys hitting the squid and just see how much of a good job they do. Maybe what I'll do is log off for a while. Oh, and actually Biffa has logged off. Okay, so Biffa was on, and that means that the squid's spawn rates are going to be a lot better. Or maybe I'm standing a little bit too close to this thing. Anyway, I'm going to check it out and see what happens. This is really strange. Did you see it there? At the end of the corridor, there's loads of squid, and they're not falling down. And I got a feeling that the whole, when the mob is a certain range away from a player, they're not going to move. I think that's sort of coming into play here. So as we move forward, they'll start to fall down. Look at that, I predicted it. Well, kind of. Some of them are. Yeah, you can see I made some modifications here. I've been observing these guys. If the squid are in the water for ages and then they fall down, these guys hardly ever kill them. I mean, they really don't do anything but just add something a little interesting to look at. But these guys make a heck of a lot of noise. Anyway, you can see that I've changed up the door right here. I fixed the redstone and I put in this little window down the front. So when you're standing here looking forward, that guy can't zap you. But then I realised, why don't we just make that the entrance? And I think this looks pretty cool. So let's press the button. Still all works, same principle as I showed you before, except we just have the 2 on either side. So when we walk out here, that guy's probably going to try and zap me, so you have to hop around the back and stand up the top here, but you're able to come out here and look at the farm, and it looks ever so cool. And as I said, you know, these guys really just add a strange sort of visual dynamic to this, I guess you could say. Anyway, let's hop back inside. We're done here. We need to give some gifts to XB and Zul'jin. I'm ever so pleased with this. It's awesome. And I want to drop them off both a gift, as I said. So we're going to head back over to my base. I've got a couple of things I think they'll be interested in, and then we'll head over there. And we're back over here, only for a short visit. Love this place, absolutely love it. XB's base is wonderful. I think I might just come back here later on after recording and have a little look around for myself. But I've left him a gift. It's not the greatest of gifts, but I thought, what can I give? And then I remembered that we had the Sharpness 5 books. and of course they are not two sharpness 4 ones combined, so that makes them kind of more valuable. But that and an unbreaking sword, book is ideal for going on a sword. So I thought that'll do. And now that I'm over here, I kind of feel like it's a bit of a wimpy present. Maybe some golden carrots could have gone well with that, but you know, made the journey out here now, and the book is valuable. I think he's going to like it. You know, get a sharpness 5 sword and lots of repairs because of that. And so now we're going to drop the same thing off over to Zul'jin. I'm pretty sure XP is going to see that. If he's watching the video, he knows where to find it. Although I think, you know, going through this portal, you will see it. So anyway, right, let's head over to Zul'jin's. Once we dropped off the present there, we're then going to be heading back over to the Nether farm, because as I said earlier, there is a little job that I want to do over there. Alright, we're actually going to leave this right here because I'm feeling a little bit lazy at the moment. We've got to go all the way through the portal. That's really not that far, but then you've got to go up, you know, all the way to the top and back down again to get to the portal. And I really want to get back to the Nether area because I do not have too much more time to record this video before I need to render and upload it and all of that stuff. Oh, that's the wrong bit. So I want to get right over there to the Nether farm and do as much as I can while I can. It may take me a while because we're going to be using a lot of hoppers over there. As if that place didn't already have tons and tons of hoppers, we need more. So I've got to grow some trees, chop them down. Obviously the iron isn't going to be a problem. Okay, so we were about to leave this area. I looked up and then I said, wait a minute, there was something that I wanted to do here, and I kind of felt like this was the time to do it. So these cactus that you see on either side, they are there to kill magma cubes. And what do magma cubes drop? They drop magma cream, which when we have a blaze farm, which I do plan on building in the future, there's one floating outside this place if you remember. I thought it'd be cool to build like a little tower coming out of the Nether actually and connecting it to this. But that's a project for another day. Once we got that and the slime farm finished, we'll have, you know, an infinite amount. We'll be able to create them out of those materials, but until then I thought it would be a cool idea to collect them using these trays. So what we're actually going to do is go and replace the glass underneath or around the sand that you can see there with hoppers, and then lead them to a central point, have the hoppers transfer them downwards with droppers like that, and then we'll have a couple of collection areas around the place. And then next time I do some AFKing, which will be in between episodes, I'll have to tell you the results in the next one. We'll be able to see how much magma cubes or magma cream we actually get from this thing. I'm really curious to know. It could be a heck of a lot because I imagine there are lots of magma cubes spawning while we're standing here for hours at a time. You know, loads of wither skeletons are getting killed, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty of magmas as well. But the problem that I have at the moment is not a lot of time, and I'm wondering how many hoppers we have. It looks like we're going to need a lot on either side. We've got 35 right there. We can grow some trees if we go into the overworld, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do. And of course, we've always got a plentiful amount of iron right here. I brought way more than I would ever need. And I'm just wondering, we got that as well, so maybe I'll use up that supply. So I've estimated that we need about 30 hoppers for a collection area on this side. We'll also need a few more to bring them down as well. And on the opposite side, that'll add up to about 60 or so more. And this is all of the hoppers that I have at the moment. And I don't really want to go and chop down the trees because I don't have too much time. It's going to take a while to install these. So what I'm thinking is, hey, let's do the ones on either side, and then we'll get a rough idea of how much we get from those when I do some AFKing in between episodes. And then the middle one we can do on a different day. Now the middle one itself is actually a lot bigger, but we really don't have a good view of anything from down here, do we? I talk about it, I just sort of stare, and we have this awkward view where all the glass lines kind of go over each other and make it look a little bit odd. It is strange. Anyway, I think I'm ready to install this stuff. Have I got a fire resistance potion? Always have one of those in the Nether in case a blaze shoots you or something like that. But I should be good. I might fall down, but I don't think I'll fall to my death, so hopefully I'll be able to install this without any hiccups. And there we go. It is the exact same thing on the other side. Here we are again, just awkwardly staring upwards. You can see though that the hoppers are in place, and I don't think the magma creams are going to fill up all of that. If they do, I will be more than happy because that would be an insane amount to get. But I'm going to do some AFKing now while this video renders and uploads. So to end this one off, I do want to mention that UHC number 7 has started. The twist this season is that achievements that you get in-game, you know how those work, they will actually buff your character. You will get stronger, you will get faster, and you will get more hearts as well. It's a brilliant idea suggested by you, the viewers, in the comments on one of my videos. I thought, that is fantastic, let's make that happen. And it was a really fun and exciting UHC. The first episode went out earlier today. Link on the screen and in the description box. If you're not doing anything right now, you've got no reason not to go and watch that. And also, we have set up an official Hermitcraft live stream channel. That is twitch.tv/hermitcraft_. So go over there and follow that channel as well. If you're interested in live streaming, there'll be things happening there in the future for sure. You'll hear all about it as it comes round. But that is it from me this episode of Hermitcraft. Where are my leggings gone? They have broken. That is not good, but don't worry, they were iron ones anyway. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. It will be greatly appreciated. And thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.